But right now, ICE addicts could be forced into rehabilitation detention centres under a proposed new plan that's based on Singapore's tough love approach. The man behind that very hard-line attitude is Reverend Angel Roldan, the founder of a charity which supports drug addicts, and he joins us now. Good morning, Angel. Thank you very much for your time. Australia has a huge ICE problem, so we're interested to hear for any solutions. Under your proposal, who would have the power to force addicts into rehab centres?
Well, first of all, the laws has to be changed because at present that it would not be possible. So what they did in Singapore, they first adapted the laws for that circumstance, and then they gave the capacity to apprehend, to enforce the law, which would be a task force determined by the government, which would be the police and some other agencies.
Right, and in the Singaporean model, how long do they stay in detention?
They stay for 4 months, but it's not just detention. They do the detox, counseling, they even teach them job skills. And after the release, then they have a re-entry program so that they can still be helped to get back into society. OK, now Singapore,
has a different view towards crime enforcement and to their constitution than we do.
Yes.
So are there any other countries that have used this model successfully?
I have concentrated on Singapore because it's the most successful one, is the best country in the approach against the drug culture. And they have, after this rehabilitation time of 4 months, this is just, by the way, just the drug users, the drug traffickers, they are treated more severely. But the drug users, after these 4 months, then they can back into society, and it's about 25% approximately of relapsing. So you got a 75% success.
That's a very high rate.
It is.
We'd certainly take it right now because it doesn't seem that we have many successful programs here for rehabilitation at all.
Well, some programs are good, but see, the problem is the programs, rehabilitation programs that are running, including myself, I've been doing this for almost 30 years, you only can help the ones who come and want to be helped. The problem is the majority of them, 90+%, they will not be willing to go to a rehabilitation center unless you force them. And so that's what I call tough love, because I have scenarios like a mother calls me in my office and says my son is on ice. And I said, well, bring him here and we can help him. The problem is the son doesn't want to come to see me. And so that's a pattern that I can see people that did help, but they don't want to be helped because, drug addiction is a very powerful thing. So,
if you were implementing this in Australia, who would sign off on actually detaining someone? Would it have to be that person's next of kin, or would it just be a law officer? How would you make that happen?
Well, it has to be implemented in a way that is efficient. For instance, yes, a parent should be able to go to an agency or to the police, somebody, and say, look, my son is really desperately in need. He's going to kill himself, and they will have to apprehend him. A doctor, see these things in detail. We don't have to copy 100% the Singapore approach, but we certainly, look, if we don't do that, it's escalating. In Singapore, it has been decreasing year after year. For 20 years, they're doing it, and here it's increasing dramatically. So we are going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, if it can happen in Singapore, it can happen anywhere, right?
Absolutely. But you see, the politicians have to have the courage to say, yes, something's got to be changed here because this is not working.
All right, Angel, thank you very much for your time this morning. An interesting point of view, and we do appreciate you taking time out to explain it to us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Angel Roldan there, Deb.
Yeah, really interesting chat. All right, Donald Trump, he has yet